and then we'll do the ribbon cutting finish. Good morning. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out today for this ribbon cutting for KPAS. I know the city of Boerne and the school district were very excited to have y'all here, and glad that we'll have the opportunity to participate and see some great things. So what we want to do today is we're going to do the official presentation and congratulate you on your ribbon cutting. I'd like to present this to Gregory, and thank you so much for joining the Boerne Chamber. We think it's a good investment for you, and we look forward to working with you.
Well, thank you. We're excited to be here.
And we'll go ahead and let y'all talk a little bit, you and Kathy, whoever else wants to tell us about KPAS. For those that don't know what KPAS is and how they can get tickets and what they can do to be involved.
I'll start off just say a few words. KPAS is a performing arts society. Our mission is, of course, to bring professional performing arts to the Hill Country. We also are very strong on having outreach programs for students, and these are provided at no cost to the students, and we'll continue that tradition here at Boerne with 2 of our 3 artists. And then we also have a scholarship program, a competitive thing though for students who are going to continue on in the performing arts. And we're very excited to be here. Now Sue and I, my wife, we've had the pleasure of being here a number of times, and of course Kathy Meadows with the Fine Arts Department here for Boerne ISD has just been a marvelous person to work with. She just really has a knack for making sure that things happen the way they should and when they should and so on. So it's been a great experience so far, and we have what, about 6 weeks till the first performance. That's going to be November 1st and 2nd with the Mariachi Los Camberos, which is one of the finest mariachi groups in the world. We're looking forward to having them here, and they will be doing an outreach program for the students on that Tuesday morning, I believe, on Tuesday morning. But again, we're so thrilled to be working with the city, the chamber, everybody. Boerne ISD, of course, was our first contact. We went with that, and Sharon Benedict with the Hill Country Council for the Arts was instrumental in getting us together with Boerne ISD to get the ball rolling on that. But Kathy, anything you'd like to add?
Well, I just want to say that for Boerne ISD and for our community, this is just a win-win situation. We've dreamed of bringing in performing arts groups like this, but to plan something of this caliber with everything taken care of and just being dropped in our lap, it's just like a dream, you know. I'm just so appreciative that KPAS decided to come check us out, and we have this opportunity to work with them, and appreciate the way they're wanting to help the fine arts in our school district, since it is a group that really wants to give and nurture our students, and they're actually giving part of the ticket sales for the season passes to our fine arts department. So we're going to really be blessed by this, and appreciate Champion High School, the teachers there, and our principal, Mr. Stelmacheski, for all they're doing to adjust and help us to make this possible here at this venue. So excited. We've got 2 more weeks, a little less than 2 weeks, to sell season passes. So we got to prove that Boerne wants this, okay? So let's don't just hold on to that paper, but just buy those passes, okay? And tell everybody we got to buy those passes.
And we are looking forward to the season, because after the mariachis, then in February it is, we're going to have 101 Years of Broadway. This is a group we've had before. Basically, Neil Berg is one of the busiest people on Broadway, on the music scene. He's just finishing up a score for a new musical on Grumpy Old Men. But he puts together a review, basically, of everything from Jerome Kern up onto Andrew Lloyd Webber and whatever. But he brings in 5 vocalists who have all been leads on Broadway in anything from Phantom to Les Mis, right on down the line. So it's a tremendous evening, one that I'm sure everybody will enjoy, and we will do an outreach program with them. And then on May 8th and 9th, I believe it is, that'll be our final performance, and that'll be Doc Severinsen. And so those of you of my vintage who know Johnny Carson, Tonight Show, and Doc Severinsen, Doc is still performing and has not lost anything after all these years. I heard him 2 years ago, and I was just amazed. I mean, when he turned around and put the trumpet up to his mouth and started playing, he could just part the hair on your head. So that should be a tremendous thing. And for all the younger people who don't know about Johnny Carson and the Tonight Show and Doc Severinsen. It's going to be a great thing for them to see live. And for all of these things, we firmly believe that even though computers are wonderful and television is wonderful, and there's a lot of good stuff on, live performance is a whole nother dimension. And we feel strongly that people need to get out because we've kind of gotten into this society where everybody goes their own way and they're just talking on their phone and looking at a screen somewhere, and they're hardly communicating with each other. But to see a live performance, in our estimation, there's nothing like it, and we just hope that Bernie will feel the same way, and that we have a good, successful year. So, thank you. We appreciate it.
You mentioned the season passes. Why don't you let folks know where they can find those if they go online, or maybe a phone
Sue
number?
probably can address that.
Yes, you can go online to kpas.org and you can download the order form, fill it out, send it in, and like Kathy said, $15 of every season ticket, whether it's a $60, $90, or $120. That's for all three concerts, either $60, $90, or $120. $15 of that will go right back to the Boerne ISD Fine Arts Department. So we feel that's a plus. And you know, the tickets, once we start selling single tickets, they'll be $25, $35, or $45. But there are application forms available at the Chamber. They have been generous enough to let us use their offices. The Convention and Visitors Bureau, they have application forms there. They'll even collect them there. Kathy will collect those. All of her students have those, and her fine arts teachers.
Actually, yeah, every fine arts teacher in the district has some.
Yes. If you want one, you know, there's phone numbers. We're getting some posters up around town just to verify that. And so it's there, but KPAS, KPAS.org, you can download exactly what you need, fill it out, mail it in, and we'll get your season tickets to you shortly.
Yes.
That Betty Boynton takes care of season tickets,
Yeah,
so she's
she
waiting
does.
on the mail.
Fantastic. Why don't we go ahead and start with your board right over here, and we'll just go around. Let us know who you are and who you're with.
Sue Robertson, Program Performing Arts.
Sue is, in the past, has always been responsible for finding sponsors and so on, and getting enthusiasm worked up in the retail and business end of our community. Does a wonderful job. Betty Boynton. Betty?
I'm Betty Boynton, and I'm the Vice President of the KPAS Board and in charge of membership.
And I will tell you one thing that's probably a little different about our organization, and Betty heads this up. We're very sensitive to everybody, and when it comes time to assign seats from season tickets, we take everything that has come in date order that has come in, and then we start assigning seats, because we ask people, where do you want to sit, basically. And we go so far that if we cannot give them one of their first three choices, we call them personally. No, Betty calls them. I don't. I'm not very good on the phone.
We have a group that works,
Yeah.
a big group.
Yeah, and they spend about 2 or 3 days going through all these, and like I said, they'll personally call anybody that they can't give their first choice to and work with them to make sure that they get a satisfactory position in the auditoriums, and that's important to us. Okay, next.
I'm Frank Boynton, and on the board with KPAS, and I'm her caddy.
Frank is a retired professional golfer, was on the tour back in the days of Gary Player and all the Jack
Don't go back
Nicklaus.
any farther than that.
Okay, but that's how he made his living, professional golfer. Next.
I'm Sue Talford, and I kind of do whatever needs to be done, but mainly publicity and marketing. That I'm open. You know, Boerne's a new area for us. We don't have the contacts here. We need your help. So anything you can think of, or oh gosh, there's a group meeting here. We'd sure love to have you there to pass out flyers or whatever. Please let us know, and we will.
Yeah, getting the infrastructure as such in place for these performances, you know, people and everything, that's going to occupy the next 6 weeks, and a lot of time there. So, and that's what we have here from our board today.
And then Kathy, do you want to? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, what?
Oh,
We got
I'm
Paula
sorry.
Bohr.
I'm Paula Boerne, and I am with the Hill Country Council for the Arts. I'm vice president for that, and I'm very new to the board of KPAS. I'm very happy to be here.
We have the pleasure of working with Paula on the Hill Country Council for the Arts, because Sue and I participate in that also.
So, Horace?
I'm president of Hill Country Council for the Arts, and what a blessing it was to have Greg join our board, because it's another one of those opportunities where we're connecting dots within all these different organizations within I'm amazed at what is out amongst